out of the Autovia. This is Carretera 116, I think. We have a Portuguese truck behind us, and I think he's getting a bit impatient because we are doing 90 on the 90. It was a bit more rocky when we first got out of the motorway, but it's now kind of greeny. I guess they have some trouble with water in summer. But yeah, as for the road, if you drive here at night, there is no light, but the surface is okay. The corners are relatively fast, and yeah, you can also make good progress. A bit more traffic now. One car, and now all of a sudden 2, 3, 4, 5. It probably doesn't help that this is bigger than usual weekend, because Monday it will be a national holiday. We were wondering if there were any other places to visit before Segovia and Avila, and there are a few. For example, you had Cuenca, which looked pretty, but yeah, travel times start adding up. From Zaragoza to Avila it's 4 hours and a half, I think, and yeah, this is the last part of the trip. We are already getting a bit tired. Anyway, the weather is nice. It was nicer 1 hour ago, but it's still nice. Still getting kind of warm, around 20 degrees. And yeah, it's pleasant, given that we're almost in the middle of October. Look at that 9. Oh yes, yes, this is getting old. 219,000 kilometers. Well done. That's a pretty bridge. We have just arrived at the hotel before going for dinner, and the first sign of trouble finally appeared one day before getting home. It's nothing major, it seems. I've already inspected it. My power steering pump has always been a bit whiny, but now it's worse. I hear some kind of knocking inside. It's very faint, but I can hear it here, and it sounds kind of rough when you're driving slowly. I can't really replicate it very well now, but yeah. But if I notice it getting really worse, I can always just cut the belt off. We should still be able to get back home. Hello! This is finally the last day of our small trip. We've already entered the Autovia. We should now turn towards an exit to Salamanca. We left the hotel with 444 kilometers on the trip odometer. The car is not even properly warmed up yet, so we're doing 100 kilometers an hour. Well, it's the limit now, not 120. We stayed at a suburban hotel. That's why it was so easy to get to the motorway.
A few moments later.
Oh well, we have stopped, but not voluntarily. We've been stopped by the Spanish police, and this was not for the coronavirus. This was not a check for all documents and for alcohol. This was a check for drugs. obviously we don't have any, and I don't think I would be transporting them in this car. But yeah, it was really quick and painless, but they are stopping a lot of cars. And this is a very easy car to stop because it's a Portuguese car in Spain. It doesn't actually surprise me since it's a Sunday and that's what I said earlier, it's a long weekend. Pretty. I've said this a couple times now. There are many ways of making traffic slow down, and this is not my favorite, no. Especially in this car. Oh my god, I just lost power steering. I'm not gonna lie, this actually feels nice. But yeah, power steering is gone. I should probably stop and take a look at the belts and to the crankshaft pulley to see if I won't break anything else. If it's just the power steering, we are fine. But yeah, it's gone. I'm only surprised because I was doing a roundabout when suddenly the steering went heavy. And yeah, it's not coming back, it seems. That's interesting that. Anyway, we are near home, and if this is the only thing that's gonna break down, and this power steering pump has been crap since I bought this car 4 years ago, yeah, I'm not really worried about that. I should, but I'm not. God, this is heavy. It's gonna be an absolute pain for parking, but I actually like it. It still feels relatively numb. It has never been a great steering, but just the sheer weight actually helps. It's odd, but it helps. Right, let's see where I can stop in our way to Ciudad Rodrigo, which is near the border. So, that is why. It was probably losing tension yesterday, and that's why I heard that noise. And today it finally snapped. And I was lucky because it could get in the way of some other belt, like the alternator belt. But yeah, it didn't look that bad to me. It's not the worst I've seen. So I'm a bit surprised. Take a look at this wonderful Rover R8. Lovely. And the original caps too. These are the numbers for our last fill up. 41.6 liters for 644 kilometers. This is the same station we filled up when we first left. We are really close to Portugal now and not far from home. I've done the math and fuel consumption has been even better. 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers. It's really impressive for a car like this. People know these cars, the Boxer engine, but the fuel injected versions know that they can be economical on the open road. But still, it's a 9 mileage engine and I haven't been particularly careful. I'm driving it normally. We are doing 120 kilometers an hour now, just like anyone else. Okay, we haven't driven through city centers a lot, but yeah, this proves that old cars and old Alfas can be economical. The secret here is simple. It's a light car, a relatively torquey engine, an adequate gear ratio, and a fuel-injected engine. GPS is having some issues here. If I didn't know that this road actually works, I would be a bit worried. We are already in Guarda and we are heading to the shopping to have some lunch, but I had to stop here because look what I found. That's incredible. Even the letters in the license plate, CI.